bit more. How's that? Does that sound good? We're going to be doing some toasts right now. Let's drop this a little bit. We're going to have Ms. and do our very first toast.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hear me now. All right, Philip, is that better? Yes? Can you hear me? All right. Okay, this is going to be really short and sweet. This is not my forte. So, as everybody knows, hi, I am Dale's little sister. Not only is Dale my big brother, but growing up, he was also a father figure to me. And I'm so thankful for that, because I wouldn't be the person I am today without you. I had always hoped that one day you would find your person. And I'm so overjoyed that you have. And I'm so glad that person is you, Billy. I wish you two a long, long, happy marriage, full of love and adventure. And I love y'all through all the galaxies and back. Congratulations.
So Annie went first because she saw how long the stuff I wrote was, and she said, I don't want to go after that. So here goes. So for those who don't know me, my name is Jim. I'm Billy's best man and best friend of like a dozen years or more at this point, which astounds me that it's been that long. And before I talk about them, I just want to say thank you to everyone else for being here. I mean, we're obviously in the middle of a pandemic. We've had this thing rescheduled as many times as we've had. I know these two have been waiting for this day. I mean, yeah, they got married a year ago, but they've been waiting for this day for a long time. So I just want to thank everybody, whether you live here in the beaches of Delaware, or you came from stateside, just thank you for coming to celebrate this couple. So as I said, I've been Billy's friend for a dozen years or more, and that fact, amazing. I believe that our friendship, I don't know if he realizes this, but I believe our friendship is based entirely on his perseverance. And his seeing something in me that I often don't see in myself. And yeah, I'm up here talking, yeah, I'm a college professor, whatever, but I am painfully introverted. To the point where if I'm in a room of people that I don't know, I freeze up. And he sees something in me that pushed me, and he kind of saw that hard outside and got down to that semi-hard inside. So, thank him for that. So yeah, Billy and I met, as most people do nowadays, we met online. We chatted, probably hung out a few times in person, but in all honesty, I really wasn't looking for friends when I first moved here to Delaware. My job at the University of Delaware was a one-year appointment. And I left a lot of friends and people behind in Indiana where I came from, and it was a real painful thing for me to leave them behind. And so I really didn't want to make deep friends when I first got here to Delaware. I figured, what was the point? I didn't want to go through that again. But Billy persevered. Also, Billy's well aware of this. I'm really bad at remembering people's names, like really bad. Like he'll say to me, like he starts talking about somebody, and I'm like, I've never met that person. I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, they've been to your house 3 times. Things like that. So, it took me a while to remember his name, even though we had chatted. When I was in my first year living here in Delaware, I got this text from somebody named Billy saying, let's hang out. And the only Billy I could think of was my little brother who lives 600 miles away. And I'm like, I said, geographically, that just doesn't work. It's not going to happen. And then an hour later, it dawned on me that it was him. A true story. So in addition to not wanting to get emotionally invested with any friends here in Delaware, I kind of have this flaky thing about remembering who people are. But still Billy persevered and persisted. But then I got word that I got a permanent position here at the University of Delaware. I say here, upstate. And at that point I'm like, yeah, maybe it's time to start meeting people, start getting to know people. But again, that was hard. I mean, as a kid, when my parents moved into a new house, and freshman in high school, my stepmom, the only way to got me to meet new kids was to pay me $5 for every kid I met. And in the 4 years we lived in that house, I made $10. So that tells you how hard it is for me to meet new people. But I wanted to make friends, and I'm like, I remember this nice guy, and I finally started remembering his name. I remember his name was Billy. But and we chatted and stuff, but like I had flaked on him, and I was nervous. I'm like, I'm not gonna make the first move. It's just not who I am. But then something happened. Billy persisted. He reached out to me, and I jumped at the chance to hang out. And then he started introducing me to his friends. And he lived with his friend Eric and Patrick at the time, and they became my fast friends. And he included me meeting with a lot of the people that I know in this room. I know because of him. To show you the kind of person that Billy is. I remember the first party that I went to at his house. It was his birthday party. There's pictures out there. Go look for them if you can find them. But our birthdays are 2 days apart, and every year since that first year, his birthday party isn't his birthday party. It's our birthday party. So that tells you a lot about the kind of guy he is and the kind of friend that he is. And we've been through high times and low times, through relationships with other, us go through other relationships, through hard times, through deaths, through painful things. I had a little brother growing up. We didn't live in the same house. Our mom was the same, but we didn't live together. We weren't close in age, so I didn't have a really close brother growing up. But after meeting Billy, he's the brother that I really wanted to have in my life, and I'm very glad to have him. And then I told you we're gonna be here a while. Sorry, I timed it to 9 minutes, but then we'll see how it goes. And then 6 years ago, I got married to my husband Edward, and Billy was there to stand up for me. And he gave the best man speech that I could have hoped for.
It wasn't 9 months.
It wasn't 9 months. That's true. They're gonna hate me. But at least you guys are laughing. It's a good thing. I didn't expect that. I tend to be stoic a lot of the time. Everybody might not believe that, but a lot of times in public I'm stoic. Sometimes I lack emotions at times when I should. But that moment really touched me. It's one of the best memories from that reception. And I can't thank him enough. And it's just an example of why he's someone whose friendship I'll always cherish. All right, so I've been talking about Billy, but we've got a couple here. So I need to talk about Dale. I need to talk a little about Dale just to kind of give you a bit of perspective here. So as I said, Billy and I have been friends for a dozen years. We've seen lots of relationships come and a lot of relationships go, breakups and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, 4.5 years ago, whatever it was, he starts telling me about this guy that he met online from Superior, Wisconsin, of all places. And I couldn't even remember that this week. I had a text, but I was like, hey, where was Dale from? He told me. And I have to admit, I was very skeptical. Not because of Dale, because I never met Dale, but it's like, I looked it up on Google Maps. It's 1,215 miles away between Superior, Wisconsin and Wilmington, Delaware. So distance, we all can imagine conquering such a distance. It's such a huge obstacle, and I've seen Billy in and out of relationships. Not like lots of it, but like sorry, I didn't mean for that to come out the way it sounded. But I've seen it through a couple of hard breakups, and I didn't want to see him get emotionally invested in a long distance relationship that wasn't going to work out. But then this new guy, whose name I really couldn't remember at first, but finally I got to know that his name was Dale, did something that I never thought anybody could do. Billy tells me he's going to travel to go meet him. Now, okay, he didn't go 1,215 miles. They've been halfway, in Toledo, Ohio, like 500 something miles. For those that know Billy's very, a lot of trepidation when it comes to flying. But he drove part of the way, then got on an Amtrak. And the fact that Dale got Billy to make that long of a trek from somebody who I know is very nervous to travel, that said a lot. I mean, that alone, even never having met Dale in person, that garnered a lot of respect for me, that Billy, was feeling something there. And then Dale came to eventually to visit Delaware. I don't know what his first impression was of me, because again, getting me to talk to anyone new, they have to initiate the conversation and all that. But I think from the first day we really got along. But what was more important to me was seeing how he and Billy interacted. And it, again, in real life, not just through how Billy told me. And I could see Billy light up in those interactions. I could see how happy he was in their time together. I could really tell that something special was brewing there. And whatever makes Billy happy makes me happy too. Then when Dale moved to Delaware, I truly got to know him. Now at that point, Billy and I had gotten back into reading comics. I had stopped reading comics in my late teens, early 20s, and I jumped back into it. I was voraciously reading everything from the Marvel Universe that I could catch upon. Now you might say, what a comic nerd, what a comic geek. Yeah, I embrace that. That's who I am. I mean, I taught a class on comics because I really got into it so much. But Dale puts me to shame when it comes to comics knowledge. When it comes to comics knowledge, I know what I know, but Dale's knowledge is so vast. Particularly when it comes to mutants and X-Men. That's all your tables look like X's. If you realize that's representative of the X-Men. So when I have a question about a character, maybe I'll pose it. And I think it's going to be a simple question. And then Dale will give me that simple answer and so much more. Do my eyes gloss over a little bit when he does that? Yes. But am I appreciative of that, of the fact that he knows so much? Yes. I mean, I learned something. I mean, yeah, I'm a professor. I like to learn stuff, even if it's about comic book stuff. So, you know, when he has that comics nerdgasm, I love it. I mean, to have a comics nerd that rivals me is amazing. So that brings us here to today. I'm almost done, I promise. We're here to celebrate the union between these two individuals. Billy, my BFF, best friend forever, and it will be forever. And Dale, my newest BFF, and my brother in comic book fandom. It's my utmost pleasure to stand up with you both and celebrate your union. And what I want to do is, as we raise our glass, I want to leave you with two quotes about love that, I was writing, I've been nervous about writing this speech. I did a lot of research this week. That's what I do research. And I found a couple quotes on love that I wanted to present to you guys today, because I think really epitomizes their relationship. Now, first comes from that great American classic movie and book, The Notebook. Yay, The Notebook. This quote is, "The best love is the kind that awakens the soul, that makes us reach for more, that plants the fire in our hearts and brings peace in our minds." And I think that's what their love does to them, does for them. It gives them that level of peace. But the best quote that I found, and I think is great, comes from that great author, Dr. Seuss. Who doesn't love Dr. Seuss? This quote is, "You know you're in love when you can't fall asleep because reality is finally better than your dreams." And that's what I wish for you both. Here, I'm going to start crying, and I don't normally do that. But the reality that you two face together is greater than you two could have ever dreamed. And that is what I think we all wish for you both. You have my love. Raise your glass, please, and to the couple, to Billy and Dale.
To Billy and Dale.
Thank you, everyone.
I just wanted to let everybody know really quick that the Funko Pops that are on the tables there, they're for everyone. So if you want them, take them. And the centerpieces, take them.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Exactly.